Good morning. First cup of coffee of the day. Delicious. I am drinking Dunkin' brand from I buy the big canister from Costco on occasion. So I've been going through the Dunkin' coffee the last couple of weeks. Normally I do the Door County coffee or Trader Joe's. I enjoy, but I do love my Dunkin'. So, good morning. I'm happy. Why am I happy? Because it's Bowman week, which I didn't expect it to be Bowman week because it was pushed back. Hobby was pushed back, new release date for Hobby Bowman next week. But all of a sudden, yesterday, I started seeing Bowman Retail photos of Bowman Retail in the wild. Even had somebody text me, they're like, hey, I'm seeing retail pictures. I'm like, really? Wouldn't surprise me. And I just happened to be perusing the blowout forums last night, and I stumbled upon the Bowman thread. Like, Bowman comes out next week. I'm gonna check out what people are talking about. Boom! There's a link. Retail live. The link to the Walmart Bowman is in the description to this video. It has been, just fair warning, it may be sold out when you click it. I know it's been sold out at least twice in the last 12 to 16 hours. When it was originally posted on Blowout last night, it was sold out. By the time I clicked on it, it was back in stock. I ordered 24 blaster boxes, and I'm going to tell you why today in this video. Um, so I ordered some boxes, and then I did see it had gone out of stock at some point overnight, and then back in stock sometime this morning. I'm not sure if it's back in stock or not. So, but check it out if you want Bowman. The price has gone up. I will forewarn you. The price on Bowman Retail has gone up, but look at the hobby boxes. We're going to dive into the numbers today, and I still think with the increased price on retail blaster boxes of 2022 Bowman, it's a hell of a great deal. And I'm going to tell you why. We've got Jenny in the chat. Good morning. I think it's good afternoon to John over in the UK. Paul says, good morning. Killer morning for listings today. Got a fresh haul of cards. I'm up to 27K active. Paul is hustling. I love it. I hit 12K yesterday with my new. I'm going to freaking talk about this like every day because I can't believe the time I'm saving using the custom label SKU, how fast I'm able to find cards, ship, which gives me more time to list. More listings equals more sales. So the circle of sales life. So I hit over 12K active listings yesterday, and that was my goal for the whole week. That was my goal this week, was to get to that 12K. Now I've got some cushion. I can finish up cleaning. You may see, look at that. The boxes have dwindled. There's no extra row of boxes stacked behind me. I was able to find some spots for that stuff, and I'm able to get some other stuff streamlined this week. Which, by the way, it's card show week. Saturday, Sheraton Hotel, Madison, Wisconsin. I had more dealers reach out to me yesterday. My waiting list is around 40 dealers on the waiting list with 120 tables booked. So it's I had one person like, I just get me a small table as a buyer, and I'm like, I don't even have room to put my stuff. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting stuff because I've got a box for, well, Herman's getting his box. It'll be here, so I don't have to take that. But I got a box for Jenny. I've got a big box for Zach and Porter. I've got my boxes of Cubs cards for Scott. He's going to sort some Cubs for me. So I've got plus just other random stuff. Like, I don't even have a spot for myself. Like, I think I'm going to use the like the kitchen area. Like, I'm just going to put my stuff in the kitchen area. Well, Scott, the boxes for you, I'll have to leave in the car, but the other stuff, I'll just have to find a spot, or I'll have to I'll have to rent some space from my dealers. So it's going to be a great show. If anybody is interested in being a dealer, I will have openings for the May 28th show. Right now, I have openings. I don't know how long those openings will last, but hit me up. The Sat oh, excuse me. The Saturday show is May 28th. It's the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. It would make a great weekend. I'm gonna mute. Got something in my throat this morning. Um, but I talked about it yesterday. Bratfest is across the street from the Madison Card Show next month, May 28th. So if you're in the country, Saturday, the day of the card show, is also coincides with country across the street with Joe Nichols and Bucky Covington on the stage. Dan is with us. Ed, Abraham, good morning to you guys. Paul says, I'm so glad you've joined the cult on the skew. Congrats on 12K. Thank you. It's a game. It's an absolute game changer. I mean, with file exchange, it's just with I think there's multiple things that go into being efficient and streamlining. But if there were like, what's the biggest, what's cut the most time? File exchange and the skew. Those two in combination, you can really, if you want to sell volume on eBay, I highly, highly, highly recommend utilizing eBay file exchange, and then tap into do the custom label skew, where you do, and you can label it however you want, what's most efficient for you. I think Paul gave me the idea, just keep it simple, essentially. Box 1, row 1, tab A. And that's what I moved over from. I was dating it, and it was just it's like, and I understood his point. Like right now, and I have like one row devoted to like the first day I did it, first couple days I did it, where it was like 0418 baseball, 0418 football, 0419 baseball. And it's like, okay, that seems like it would be a good method to use, but in practice, it's not going to be in the future, because what happens when all of a sudden you have 1,000 tabs, and it's like, or it's next April, and it's like, oh, this is 0418 last year. Where's this year's 0418 tab? So keep it simple. Box 1, row 1, tab A, and so on. So thank you for that advice, because that helped a ton. Jenny says, I wonder if file exchange is now slower than eBay's new listing template. It's super fast. Add a photo, add a title, add a price, done, listed. I don't know. I'll have to check into that. I haven't. Now I haven't used, I added a ton of, like, I was on the couch last night adding stuff, and it was still the old method. So what is the new template? How do I go about utilizing that template? Because when I was listing stuff on the app last night, it was just the same old stuff. When I go to list an item, yeah. So maybe tweet or DM me, and I can see. Let's see. Where are we at? Johnny Boy, what's up to you? Card Hobbyist, good morning. Jenny says by 5 p.m. Saturday, April 30th, you'll be sold out for the May 28th show. It's very possible. I'm still waiting to hear if the third room in May is available. I mean, I know I'm going to need to utilize the second room in May, but I'm looking at the option of how much demand is there going to be. What's interesting, what I found interesting and slightly annoying, and I only say slightly annoying, and I guess there's not, but when people have been reaching out here lately, I'm like, get on the list. I can put you on the May list, May 28th, because it's going to sell out. Because I get a lot of people that text me like the week of the show, and I don't know if that's because they're waiting for their plans with kids or job or whatever, or if they're just trying to sneak in, like, oh, hey, is there an opening in the main room? Trying to be sneaky that way. or if there's openings, oh, can you cut me a deal? Which I'd flat out say there's never going to be a discount. So get in now. If you tell me you're in for the May 28th show, I can get you in. But if you wait until the week before, you're probably not going to get in. And then I did have one this week. One of the 5, I think, or 6 that I told that to actually said, yeah, put me down. The others just ignored it. Like, I want to get in on this show. Well, I'm sorry, there's no room. And we're going to be back at this. We're going to be doing this dance again next month if you don't confirm now. So anyway, BSS card says thermal printer and a SKU system. Oh yeah, thermal printer. Again, I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday, and he was asking about the thermal printers, and I said it's going to save you money. It's going to save you time and money. Depending on the volume you sell, will dictate how fast you recoup the money, the investment of buying the labels and the printer itself. And he was only he's only selling like 5 items a week. And I said, well, it's for that, I probably wouldn't make that investment. But if you intend to grow, you might as well do it now, because there's no ink, there's no toner, there's, none of that. So he asked me how it worked, and I don't know the science behind it. I just know it's based on like heat. It heats up and whatever it does, and boom, it shows up and it works. And I've been using them for about 1.5 years now, with zero issues. So yeah, I highly recommend thermal label printers. Paul just got his thermal label printer last weekend. It's amazing now that I'm doing volume. Oh, most definitely. I dragged my feet, and I'm like, no, I'm a fast writer on PWEs. I'm a fast cutter, but no, I'm not. The time, and I know there are people out there that think that, and I was one of them before I bought a label printer. Before I bought, it's a Brother QL 1100 is what I use. And I thought that, like, oh, I'm fast. It's not going to save me much time. And then the more and more volume you sell, and the more labels you're cutting, it's like, okay, this is a pain in the butt. It's taking a lot of time. And if you want to scale up and do that volume, you've got to cut out those menial tasks. Let's see. Card Hobbyist says the new listing tool can be a bit buggy because it updates dynamically. Okay, interesting. I'll have to play around with that at some point here in the near future. Paul says biggest time saver for me by far in a long time. Ed says my store is in vacation mode, but I plan on checking out that new listing tool when I get back next week. A label printer only costs like 150 singles. Yep, 100, and that's the QL 1100, about 150 bucks for the Brother QL 1100. BSS cards. I moved a Scotty Scheffler auto golf ball to pay for it, and then some. Awesome. David, what's up? Good morning to you. BSS says I couldn't imagine writing out PWEs. I'm a mechanic. My hands already hurt. Yeah, it's even like 10 or 20 is a lot. Can you imagine like the athletes signing these Bowman cards we're going to talk about today? Like 500 at a time. What is the new listing tool? Is it the new bulk editor? I do not know. I have not. I don't know anything about it, so I'm curious. I'm curious to learn, and just check it out, and maybe it is faster. I mean, file exchange is. I mean, here's even if it is really fast, what I like about file exchange is I'm sitting down typing at a computer and I'm not on my phone. And I guess maybe you can do that on a computer, but then how are you getting the photo? It's easier to take photos in the eBay app, but typing out those listings, I mean, I'm a really fast typer. I'm a much faster type, and I know some people are really fast texters and can do it on their phones. I'm not one of those guys. Like I have to sit down. If I sit down at a computer and type things out, I'm super, super fast. but typing out on my phone, I'm just semi-fast. So I think for me, just based on my typing skills, I think still typing it out on File Exchange, because most of in File Exchange, most of it is copy and paste. You just copy and paste, and the only thing you're typing in File Exchange is the title and the athlete. And I think there's even ways to like make the you have to. I'm pretty spreadsheet savvy, but I'm not like when it gets into like the macros, I'm kind of lost. Jenny says, I stumbled upon it when I clicked create listing. Under that, it had create template and said I could do 50 templates total. I made one for sports card baseball category store. I've played around with the templates before, but this like new because they've had templates before. Now, the templates haven't been available on the phone, though, on the app. So I'm not sure. Jenny says template has graded no, clicked, and all that stuff. So I just type listing, add photo, add price. Item description is in there too. Yeah, because my description is default. I don't have to type anything into my description on File Exchange because I just it's the same thing. Ship PWE, my discount, boom, copy paste. Using the bulk editor and the multiple listing tool was great before I switched to Chrono. Talking about Chronazio, could do 100 plus cards per hour that way. Use fast keys on desktop to eliminate typing and text replacement on iPhone. Yeah, I'm doing about, I think 120 per hour is what I can do on File Exchange. And if I had if my computer, the computer I use, if you think this computer's crappy, the one upstairs is even crappier. So if I had a better computer, I could probably get to 150 items because what slows me down, I can type away and boom, boom, boom. It's the it's basically it's the scanner, and I use the bulk feed scanner. It's getting all of that copy and pasted. Sometimes my computer's slow and bogged down. Dan says Rizzo hit a 3-run home run. Jenny says, keep in mind, I may think the template is sweet because I can't understand File Exchange. It may be you guys that have the best route already. Yeah, and it's what's most efficient if I think if when people learn File Exchange, it's like the light bulb goes off. It's kind of like me and the thermal label printers. Like it's because I know spreadsheets can be, and especially File Exchange, getting started on File Exchange is a real bear. But once you have your templates made within File Exchange, then it's just all typing and copying, pasting, and it's super, super easy. But yeah, you have to get those. And I know some, I do like 30-day returns or whatever. I have free shipping. So like all of those categories are pretty easy. But yeah, I get like the savvy if you're not savvy with spreadsheets and don't want to go through the hassle of setting it up. Yeah, it can be some work. But once you do get it set up, it's a total game changer. Ryan, I set up macro in my spreadsheet, so I just enter year set player card number and it auto collates the item title. Wow, that's impressive. But in most cases it works. Well, there's Herman. What's up, Herman? Yeah, I am not, when it gets into macros, I am that's kind of where my spreadsheet knowledge is kind of like I'm gonna stop right there. BSS cards, you mean templates? I have a raw and graded card template. When you enter the title, eBay does input card info into the boxes and your description. Shipping policies are set when you make the template. Yeah, I think that's what I use my gaming computer most of the time. It's super fast compared to my 8-year-old laptop. Card Hobbyist says, I think right now taking photos with my phone is my log jam. May have to hook up my old flatbed scanner. I think you're better off with the phone. I think you're better off. I am much faster taking photos on my phone and uploading that way than flatbed scanners are a pain in the butt. I am not a flatbed scanner fan whatsoever. I would say your best bet is listing on the app with your phone, taking photos on your phone. Photos are always going to be the slowdown of volume listing. Herman is packed and ready to go. I love it. We're gonna be ripping. Hopefully, we'll be ripping some Bowman on Friday night. Let's see. You were 2 days early. You're not at the air. Herman slept at the airport last night. He's not missing that flight. Victor, what is up? Paul says phone is better than the flatbed unless you create automations in Photoshop for the editing. Yeah, if the yeah, if it's like automatic cropping, it's see my flat, like I haven't had a flatbed. Well, I actually did recently, but it was such a pain. Like I didn't know how to like auto crop and all that stuff. So I just plus like I don't like people like were crapping on the bulk feed scanner. Whereas the flatbed scanners, in my opinion, if you're putting raw cards in a flatbed scanner, you're more apt to damage a card in a flatbed scanner than putting it through a bulk feed scanner. Now, unless it's in a top loader, which then you're going to get the imperfections of the actual plastic top loader, all that. Completely different debate. We will talk Bowman here in a second. Jenny says, I personally pick flatbed scanner over phone. I'm not tech savvy. I will avoid listing from phone at all costs. Jenny, it's super easy. It's super easy from your phone. Now, I will say, are you using the eBay app? Now, I don't know if this is even going to show up, but say you list an item. I don't know if you can see that. List an item. So we're just going to type in test baseball card. I'm typing in, so I'm going to list test baseball card. See, this is why I should be using StreamYard. Let's go continue without match. Item is used, continue to listing. So, okay, so now it comes up to the listing screen. Come on, Wi-Fi. So where it says photos, all you do is hit that button. Okay. And then got pictures of the cards that I just listed. And then you just hit this camera button. Boom. There you go. You take a picture. That's all. That's all. And you have a picture, and then you hit done, and it uploads, and there's your picture. It's super easy. It's way easier than a scanner. Way easier. Now, that's if you're listing in the app on your iPhone. If you're listing on like a desktop computer or laptop, then okay, scanner may be better for you. But if you're listing within the eBay app, so easy and super fast. Herman says you'll need to use your StreamYard to open a few of those Bowman so everyone here can watch. Definitely, we will have to stream some Bowman breaks. Herman picked up 5 new subs on his way. We're going to get Herman. We need to get Herman to 200 subs by Monday for his show on Monday night. So if you haven't subscribed to Herman's channel, 3B Collection, check it out. Let's see. Paul says, I've messed up 3 cards in my flatbed and 0 in my ADF. I started sleeving up my cards for the flatbed now, 8 cards at a time with automated cropping and rotating. Yeah, definitely. Card Hobbyist asks, does file exchange help with listing on phone or only PC? PC. I don't know. You can probably do it on your phone, but it would be a real pain in the butt. It would really, if you're doing file exchange on your phone, it would, in my thought, it would really slow you down. You'd be better off just listing one by one in the eBay app. So I would definitely say use file exchange on a desktop, laptop, a regular computer. So yeah, and I want to do a video. I want to do a video on file exchange and actually like my process. And I might break it down into chapters. But I know I get so many questions on file exchange. I have the article, which since we're talking about file exchange, let's go to link in the chat. And I think if you type in, and I don't know if it will for you, how to bulk list eBay, it comes up, the article comes up on the first page, at least for me, but that's probably because it's my article. So let's copy that. So here's the file exchange link. how to use file exchange. And again, I talked about this the other day when I linked. There have been some changes, and they do change it on occasion. Like they actually just made a change this week where the verbiage that you put in the column for graded previously was not professionally graded. Now it's just a simple yes or no. So I changed it up to no. So the template might be a little outdated. There's some other stuff that it's if I made I would have to make an update like every 2 months because it seems like there's a small little change, and every time it'll trip somebody up because they see my article and they're like, hey, this isn't working. It's like, oh crap, there's okay, do this instead of this. So if you need any help, that's the link to my article. It's kind of a step-by-step process, how to use file exchange. If you have any questions, let me know. Let's talk Bowman. Bowman baseball. It's live, at least retail. Hobby has been pushed back a week. There were some pictures of Bowman in retail stores yesterday, and then all of a sudden, I'm perusing the blowout forums and I see the Bowman thread. I'm like, I'm going to check it out. What are people talking about? Boom! There's a link to Walmart. It's in the description. They were available last night. They were available last night at Walmart.com. Max 12, so I bought 12. And then I'm like, I want more. So I went back in with another email and put in a second order. So I bought 24 blaster boxes. Now it says they'll be delivered by the end of day Thursday, which is tomorrow. I don't believe you because I just put the order in last night. Even if they ship today, it's not going to get here tomorrow. So I'm hoping Friday is when they get delivered. Even Saturday'd be like a postcard show rip. But I'm hoping Friday so we can do a Friday night rip. Now they have gone up. I think Bowman blasters were $25. I think they went up last year to 25. But they're $31.98 at Walmart. $31.98. And I know people are like, oh my God. I think that should probably be baseball blaster boxes they were $20 for like 15 years. Like I went back and I think blaster boxes went from like 10 and back in the day, back in like the early 2000s, I think there were different SKUs. There were like blaster boxes and then there were like value boxes and they were different. But I think blaster boxes they were $20 from like 2010 until here within the last year. So they should have gone up, especially on some tops. I think you keep tops at $20, but Bowman, with what you get in Bowman, I would have paid 35 bucks in past years. So I still think $32 for a blaster box of Bowman is a great deal. I'm going to break down the numbers and tell you why and among other reasons why I think Bowman's a great retail buy. So I bought 24 boxes of blasters from Walmart. Jenny says they are sold out at Walmart. They've been sold out a couple times. So just keep checking that link because they will go back in stock. But yeah, I think they are sold out at this point. Dan says, are these selling out because of hobby box prices? Well, I think they're selling out. I don't think they're actually selling out. It's kind of the McRib where McDonald's can offer the McRib year round, but they want people to come back for more. And so they release it for a limited time. That's what I think they're doing with these blaster boxes of Bowman. They have plenty in stock. They're just giving us the sense of, if they go back in stock, you better buy more. I think that's what it is. But yes, I also think it's people are buying them because they're priced out on hobby boxes. Jenny says Series 1 hanger, $18.98 on the Walmart site, $11.98 in store. I think online has higher prices. You might find Bowman cheaper in store. Yes, in some products that is the case. Some cases it is the exact same. I am not taking the risk of waiting until it shows up in the store. And it shows up in the store for $31.98. So I'm going to get in and hopefully have them by Friday. So I'm, among the first on the market so I can beat those hobby boxes. Because remember, hobby boxes don't come out until next week. So the only Bowman that's going to be available for several days is retail, which gives you an even better bang for your buck. So that's one of my things. But don't expect $20 blasters. Bowman will be at least 25 in store. I think at the very, I think that's, I don't think they're going to be 25. I think at the very least they'll be $29.99, probably at Target. I think the Walmart price is going to be $31.98 in store. David says, fair point about the $20 blaster box, but have they been including the same number of cards packs, or has that been shrinking over time? Slightly. I mean, it depends on the product. Some, Tops, you still get 100 cards. I think Tops blaster boxes have been 100 cards. In fact, I think 10 years ago, it might have been less. I think you're actually getting more cards than what you were. But like Bowman, I think Bowman at one point, I think a few years ago, Bowman was like 100 cards. Now it's 72. So in some products, yes, they are shrinking the number of cards. So that is a fair point. But I still think, based on, especially now, I still think that I mean, usually when you see retail, prices, not only do they shrink, they increase the price and shrink. It used to be 20-ounce pop or soda, whatever you call it, a Pepsi or a Coke. And now it's like 16.9 ounces. And, it used to be $1 for a 20 ounce. And then they shrunk it to 16.9 ounces and they raised the price to $1.25. And now it's probably $2. I don't know. John says, I'm just seeing if I can register an account from outside the US. I have a storage address in the US, but I'm not sure if I need a US billing address. I might be able to use PayPal. We'll see. I'm not sure. I do know you can use PayPal because I use PayPal to pay. And here's what I use, and this is kind of going off on a separate thing, but I pay for a lot of stuff on PayPal because I have my credit card and my business credit card linked to my PayPal. So I'll use, so in this case, it's a business expense. So I don't have to pull out my wallet, or if my wallet's upstairs, I don't have to go get my wallet to put in my credit card information. I just go through PayPal and I want to pay with this option, my credit card, and I'm still getting the points for my credit card, and then you go pay. So you're not paying interest on that. Yo, Adrian, what's up? I'm sure you've never heard that before, right? Adrian, thanks for joining us. Jenny says opening day did double the cost of a blaster, but doubled the product inside. That's good. We call it pop in Minnesota because if you leave it in your car, it will pop from the cold temps. And then also pop in the hot temps. I remember, and this is another side, in the heat of the summer, I had a Pepsi, and I had it like in the back. I was like 10 years old, maybe 12. We went to the Quad Cities, Wacky Waters in Iowa, and it was like the heat of the summer in July, and I had a Pepsi, and I just like, you're 10 years old, you don't think, put it in the back, in like the back window on a scorching July summer day in the Midwest where it's 100 degrees and 90% humidity. It like freaking bulged. And so like, me and some friends were like, oh my God. And so I don't know if me or one of my friends grabbed it and like threw it, and like it just exploded into a million pieces. So it'll pop in the Midwest cold, and it'll pop in the Midwest heat. That's what's great about the Midwest. We go from 30 below zero in January to 100 degrees with 90% humidity in July. Last night I added 16 graded WNBA cards to my collection for $80 on eBay. Way less than it would cost to grade these cards. Oh yeah, most definitely. Travis, what's up? Getting to catch the live again. Hopefully get more often with new work schedule. Awesome. I love having more people in the chat. Ryan says, people in their soapboxes talking up the product that drives the price up on Bowman. Inflation is going to kill the card market, stuff getting more expensive and less money to gamble on cards. And that's why I tell you, retail is the way to go. first off, I'm going to tell you Bowman Retail is good. Now, there's a lot of retail products that suck at retail. There's a lot of retail products that suck. Topps Heritage, not a very good buy at retail. What else sucks at retail? Allen and Ginter sucks at retail. Gypsy Queen sucks at retail. I would not buy those products, those blaster boxes. There are products, however, that I would not buy hobby boxes. Bowman is number one on that list. Topps Archives is right behind at number 2. Buy blaster boxes all day of Bowman and Topps Archives. Stay away from the hobby because you're going to get similar stuff. Now, in the case of Bowman, the argument is the chrome autographs. Well, guess what? And I'm using like what's available right now. And when I use, and I'm going to preface this with when I use pricing, because I think I even mentioned, oh, you could have got a hobby box on eBay for $350. I don't buy sealed wax on eBay. Now, I say that, and I've sold sealed wax on eBay, but I don't buy sealed wax on eBay. I'd rather buy it from Blowout, Dave & Adams, or Steel City, or a card shop, a reputable card shop that has similar prices. Usually those three are the cheapest when it comes to retail hobby boxes. Right now, Blowout cards, and again, they're all usually within $5, $10. Right now, 2022 Bowman hobby boxes on Blowout cards, I didn't check the others, $420 for a hobby box. $420. Now, you talk about, well, you can get a chrome auto. You get one for $420. You get one chrome autograph. And your chrome autograph, if you only buy one hobby box, might be a second-year pitcher. It's not even a first. And it's a pitcher. And it's a $5 card. Your auto is $5, $10. Now, people, well, yeah, but I can get a superfractor. Well, what are the odds of that? You're probably going to get struck by lightning before you pull a superfractor. So that's my thought. I'm going to go back into the chat. Ken is with us. What's up, Ken? Singles are the way to go. I love Bowman. I'm not buying Bowman singles because it's kind of the revert for Bowman. It's the reverse, because you can pay $32 for a blaster box and get good singles. And if you don't get the ones you want, you can flip. I love, and I'm biased. I'm biased for Bowman. I have a Bowman bias, but there's great value in it. I'm going to dive into the numbers here in a second as I catch up on chat. Michael's with us. Good morning. Frito-Lay shrinks their chip bags every year, same price, straight execution. The defining characteristic that makes Bowman good is really the checklist, and if you believe that the prospects in there are really worth it. So I'm going to stop in the chat there because you're exactly right. What I love about Bowman is here at release, there's going to be one or two hot prospects that a first chrome is going to sell out of the gate maybe upwards of $50. Now, that's for the first couple days first on the market. It's going to settle $20, $25. That same prospect in 2 years, 3 years, it might be a dollar card. However, there's another guy that's a dollar card right out of the gate, and I can use an example right now because I sold one last night from 2020, from 2 years ago, Jeremy Pena of the Houston Astros. At release, he was $1. I put one on eBay last night for $10, and it sold instantly. So that's what I love about Bowman, because there's guys at release that are up here and they'll fall. There's guys at release that are down here and that will rise. And then there's all kinds of movement in between. That's why I love Bowman. And that's a great point from Straight Execution. First time catching the live, usually catch the replay later on the day. Appreciate all your content. Scott, thank you so much. Great last name. We might be cousins. Michael says, never ever buy wax on eBay. Good chance dead boxes, cherry picked and weighed. I've gotten some great boxes from DA. Yeah, definitely. I would highly recommend not buying sealed wax on eBay. It's just, I would stay away from it. Card Hobbyist says that auto is going to be a pitcher. That's right. You've taught me many things about the art of the $1.50 sale on eBay. Don't have a store, but have found great success with sets and variation listings. Very cool. Bowman is Bo's favorite set of the year today. And yeah, that's right. And it could change when Allen and Ginter come out. I think though I think I have come around to year round. And the reason why I think that is because Bowman gives us product like every month there's a new Bowman product. So Jenny asked on Twitter last night, what's the difference? So the product that's being released this week and next week is Bowman. It's like Tops. It's Bowman flagship, essentially Bowman flagship. So what it entails is there's a veteran set, like 1 through 100. There's a prospect set, like 1 through 150. And then there's also a chrome set, and it's all packed into the same product. So there's Bowman, Vets, and then Bowman Prospects. And then the Bowman Prospects has paper and chrome. Now, they've changed like the numbering system, like going back several years. I don't know what's Bowman Draft, what's Bowman Chrome, what's Bowman. It's all confusing. But here recently, they've adjusted their numbering system. So Bowman, so say Bowman Prospects are BP. So a Bowman paper prospect of, I'll use a Cub, Christian Hernandez. 2022 Bowman, Christian Hernandez, his prospect paper card will be numbered BP, whatever the number is. Now, if he's in Bowman Draft, there's also a, which comes out like December. If there's Bowman Draft, there's Christian Hernandez in 2022 Bowman Draft, say. It's going to be BD. So it's BP for Bowman, BD for Bowman Draft, and then Bowman Chrome, which is all chrome. Bowman Draft is similar to Bowman, but it's like all prospects with a chrome parallel. And then Bowman Chrome also mixes veterans with prospects, but it's all chrome, and it's BC. And it's BC, and then I think it's BCP for the Bowman Chrome prospects. Are you as confused? I'm confused, and I am talking that way out. And Jenny says, this is way too confusing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But just know that this product right now is Bowman flagship. So that's what it is. And the veterans will be numbered 1 through 100. And then it's going to be BP 1 through, I think, 150. And then BCP, right? BCP. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Khalil Watson is the guy in Bowman. He's one of them. Khalil Watson. There's a lot of like really young international prospects, which is kind of the way Bowman is going with their prospects. They're putting a lot of like the 16, 17, 18-year-old international signees in the product. And so you may see the checklist and like, I don't know who any of these guys are. It's because they're like 17. And that's where you're going to see that floor rise, because there's going to be some, like Khalil Watson. He was drafted. He was a high draft pick. I think Jack Leiters should be in this as well. I don't think he was in first edition though. George Valera. He's had, in fact, I think I have a George Valera card that I listed last night because he was in a Bowman top 100 back in 2019, but yet he's not getting a first Bowman until now, 2022. Brian Acuna is another big name. Khalil Watson is Michael mentioned. FYI 2022 Bowman draft will be a monster, best prep hitting class in a long time, maybe ever. Yeah, this year's baseball draft class is like the opposite of the football draft class. The football draft is tomorrow night, I think, or is it Friday night now? I can't remember. They changed. It's all prime time now. But the football draft, the class is weak, but the baseball draft class this year is really strong. Jenny says this is why no one knows what the heck the first rookie of a player is. Absolutely, you are correct. And Victor's confused as well. Well, let's break down some numbers, and I'll try not to confuse. These are pretty straightforward. Why is Bowman Retail a better buy? I think I alluded to this a moment ago, where you're still going to get first chromes of players first papers. You're still going to get the rookie, those are the lower dollar, but there's still going to be parallels. You're going to get purple refractors. You're going to get the retail greens, which aren't as high of a seller because they're retail. But there's still color. And there's usually a decent amount of color in Bowman retail boxes, which I like, and it's just kind of added value. And again, Bowman Hobby, you're getting, people say, well, you don't get the chrome autos. They are very rare to get a chrome auto, especially a non-green chrome auto in retail. But for $420 for a hobby box, you're getting one chrome auto. So let's break down the pricing. Hobby box, $420. You get one chrome auto and 240 cards. There's 24 packs of 10 cards in a hobby box. Break that down at $420. That's $1.75 per card. You're paying $1.75 per card. I also like to break it down along with the auto price. You're paying $420 for the auto, which is absurd because it might be a pitcher auto that sells for $10. And the chances of you pulling an auto that sells for even 100 to 200 is very low. So that's the breakdown for hobby. Retail, even though they've raised the price, it's $31.98 for a retail blaster box, 6 packs. You get 12 cards per pack. So that's 72 cards in a blaster box. At $31.98, you're paying 44 cents a card at retail. You're paying 44 cents per card at retail. You're paying $1.75 for a hobby box. So those numbers alone tell me, because I preach this all the time. I don't like to say that. I talk about this all the time about what's the floor? What am I paying per card and what am I getting? Because in a hobby box, yeah, you're getting some nice color. You're getting that chrome auto, but again, it might be a $20 chrome auto. You're still getting, you're getting basically one card of each. Just assume you're getting one card of each. And you're paying $1.75 for Jose Altuve base paper card, okay? Whereas that same Jose Altuve base paper in a retail blaster is 44 cents. Now, you can buy 13 blaster boxes for the price of a hobby box. Now your chances have gone up because now you're diversifying, because say Khalil Watson is he's the top prospect to pull a first chrome out of here in this product. You're only getting one in a hobby box, but in 13 blaster boxes, you might get one. You're probably going to get one at least, but you might get 3, maybe 4, if you get lucky. So that's what I like. I'm a quantity guy, that, and that's why I like to diversify. And if I'm getting, and what's 72 cards? So for my $420, I'm getting 72 times 13. I'm getting 936 cards. I like quantity. Getting 936 cards for $420 out of retail, where I'm getting 240 cards out of the hobby box. And I'm going to break down, and I'll just take the first 13 boxes, and I'm going to put these aside. Hopefully I get these Friday, and Herman and I can rip some. And the first 13 boxes I open, I'm going to show off, okay, this is what I pulled out of 13 blaster boxes. It might suck. I might not get anything, but there might be some good stuff. And it's like, okay, or you could buy a hobby box for $420 and get maybe a good, it's a complete gamble at that point, where it could be a Khalil Watson purple refractor auto that sells for $500, but it might be some random pitcher that's not even his first chrome, and it's going to sell for $10. Let's see. Ryan says $420 a box is for you down in the States. It's a lot more up here in Canada. Card Hobbyist says, I always look at a price per card. Why I am avoiding a lot of Panini product nowadays? Absolutely. With Panini's increased prices, I was, even at $20 for a blaster box, I didn't really want to buy Panini product. And it's not the airbrushed photos. It's just maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm not a fan of the Panini baseball products. For the most part, there are some that I like. I do enjoy ripping a blaster of Chronicles because I like the various products that are inside. But again, it's just like one or two blasters just for fun. Michael says Bowman Hobby is a case break product only. I bought into 2020 Bowman draft breaks on Cardinals, Indians, and Mets real cheap. Yeah, for sure. Since I'm buying so much retail, I probably normally I buy Bowman, buy into Cubs breaks on Bowman. But usually like Bowman Chrome and Bowman Draft, depending on the checklist. We'll see where the Cubs pricing lands. Last year it was ridiculous. I did buy into a couple Cubs breaks. I won't do that this year because I'm buying so much Bowman. And the checklist, there's a good amount of Cubs prospects in the checklist. There's two firsts, Ronier Quintero and Luis Verdugo. They're not high-end prospects in the Cubs system. So the Cubs breaks should be fairly cheap. So if I can find a good price and availability, I might dive in. As long as all cards ship. If they don't ship the paper base, I'm out. DR says, would you buy 13 blasters from the same store on the same day if you could, or would you spread it out over time or store? That's a really good question. Typically, I would probably buy them all. If they're there, I don't want to risk leaving them on the shelf and not being there. So I would probably buy them all there. You know, say I go to Walmart store 1 and there's 20 blasters of Bowman on the shelf and I buy, I'll buy 13. I may go to store number 2 and there's another 20. I might buy another 13. But if your budget is 13, I'd probably buy 13 at the store, or maybe I'd buy 10 and say I have a budget left of 3 blaster boxes. I'm going to try my luck at store number 2. If they're there, I'll get another 3. But I don't want to risk losing out on, potential blast. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's probably how I would approach it. I don't want to risk losing out on the boxes I have in my budget. Jenny says you'll get the few that will post their big hit to Twitter from hobby boxes, and all will think hobby box is the way to go. Don't get fooled by those rare photos posted to social media. Likewise for retails, we see a lot of retail hits. Like, look, pulled this out of a Walgreens. Wander Franco, 1 of 1, pulled this at Walgreens. Guess what? There's likely going to be a run on people buying packs and boxes from Walgreens just because. Well, if somebody pulled a Wander 1 of 1, what might I pull from Walgreens? So it goes both ways, retail and hobby, because I think most of the time we get sucked into those retail buys like, oh my God, you pulled a Mike Trout auto out of a $20 blaster box from Target. I'm going to Target and clearing the shelves. Chronicles MLB retail has done well. Last year, Panini pack of baseball, football, basketball, $7.49 at Walmart, $11.49 this year. Card Hobbyist enjoys Panini shiny stuff, even unlicensed. There's I don't dislike it. I guess from my standpoint, I'm going to go with Kin here. When it comes to Panini, I'll buy the singles. Like there are, and I guess this probably is secondary pricing for me. And I think about it from what can I resell it for, because I'm not buying sealed wax to pull Cubs cards. That would be a fool's errand. But if I see nice Cubs cards, I can buy because they're cheaper. And that's probably why I don't like ripping, because, well, everything sells for cheaper. But I do like the singles. So I'm with Ken. I'm going to buy, when it comes to Panini products, I'm going to buy the singles. And I have a lot of Panini autos and relics in my Cubs collection because I do like them. And how cool would it be if they had a license alongside Topps? I think it'd be cool if they both had the MLB license, because Panini makes some really cool cards. But when it comes to sealed wax, I'm not ripping it. And it's probably because of the secondary value is just not there. Some singles sell well, but some don't. And what I've found is when I'm looking at my inventory and I'm just kind of and I just get this viewpoint, what I notice sells and what doesn't sell. What doesn't sell in these singles boxes is Panini. There's, I'm listing Donruss rated rookies and Prism rookies and all that. And there's a lot of them still sitting, whereas a Topps rookie, they're kind of flying. But Panini rookies just don't. John is with us. What's up, John? That 70s card show. I am really hoping that John can make the flight and be able to make the show this Saturday. I know he's a game time decision. Hopefully it works out. Would love to meet John. Starting an eBay test today. Lots of former players that might have been minor stars but not superstars. So Ken, by the way, Ken, I listed a bunch in my eBay store, and I was going through a box, and I wasn't planning on doing this. Ken, by the way, is the king of player lots on eBay, like 8-card player lots shipped PWE. So I was going through a box to do my baseball file exchange update, and I was coming across there was like a stack of Jim Thome cards, a stack of Nolan Ryan cards, a stack of who else? Barry Larkin, some of those types of players, Nomar. And I'm like, you know what? I've got so many of these. I'm not going to put all of these as singles. I'm going to do Ken's method, the Ken's method of player lots. So I listed, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9, like not too many, but just try it out. I did, by the way, move a Reggie Miller player lot, which now I've got to, because I don't know. Now that I think of it, I'm a little concerned. I did not put it in my store inventory box, and it's in a random box somewhere. So I may have to dig through and find that. So let's see. John says add $4 for gas to each store. There you go. Let's see. Prefer Leaf to have a license over Panini. I do. I love Leaf. I love Leaf products. Leaf makes some really cool looking cards. Herman says he's coming. John says trying seriously, been a crazy travel quarter third for me. How many cards in each lot? So what I've been doing, and Ken can jump in if he's still with us. My player lots, I'm doing the player lots that I put online yesterday were 8 cards for $4. So basically 50 cents a card. A lot of these cards sell for $1.50 with free shipping in my eBay store. So I did $8 or $4 for 8 cards, free shipping in a PWE. I think the Reggie Miller lot that sold might have been only 6 cards, and I think it sold for $5. It was somebody that bought a whole bunch of cards in my store last night in the overnight. Let me see what that. Oh, I still have that test up. Let's see, sold. John says, Ken, I'm buying those mantle lots, trying to get my act together. DR says, on modern relic cards that are not game or player worn, where do you think they get the fabric from? So those, you may see pictures online. It's basically like a shirt or a jersey that they have the player wear at like some event, say a Panini event. So they're going to invite, whoever player it is. I've got George Valera. So George Valera is at this event with probably a bunch of other prospects. They're like, hey, put these jerseys on it. They put like 20 jerseys on. And then they can say they're player worn, but they're not game worn. So that's where they come from. Ryan says, Pro Set Leaf products bring back the good old days of collecting when I was young. When I came back from spring training, I had a little prospecting-itis. And so I didn't have too many prospect cards of the guys that I was watching in the minor league camp. So I bought 2 or 3 of the Pro Set cards of Cubs prospects. 2, Jordan Wicks and Christian Hernandez. Those are cool. Bring back the original, 89 Pro Set. Very cool stuff. David says, my issue with Leaf cards is when you see a card, you have no clue what year it's from. They're just random designs. I can kind of see that. With Leaf, it doesn't bother me though, because when I'm buying Leaf cards, I'm buying like specific cards that I like, that I think are cool looking. Like, I'm not putting a run together. I don't really care what year it's from. I just like the designs, and the autos and all that stuff. Paul says, nice. I got to try that out. My recent buy has a lot of dupe cards, looked like a box of prospecting failures. And sometimes, like I meant, Brian Taylor still sells well on eBay. There's a lot of stuff that you'd be surprised sells well on eBay. So the Reggie Miller lot I sold was 8 cards for $6. And it's been in my store for a while. And I think that actually may be the last. I tested this out when Ken was talking about it several months ago. And I sold most of them fairly quickly. And then that was, I think, the last lot left, a Reggie Miller. With the NFL draft tomorrow, do you think we see a run on football cards this weekend? Possible. I don't think we did last year, because that was something I thought we would see last year. And I don't think, at least I'm not as heavily into football sales and cards as I am with baseball. But I don't think, at least me with my inventory, I didn't really see a run on football cards. And this year's draft class is really weak. You know, there may only be one quarterback picked there's probably only going to be one quarterback picked in the top 10. And, you know, 2, maybe 3 first round quarterbacks. And the other 2 are probably going to be mid to late round. So it's a really weak draft class when it comes to hobby collectability. So I would say no. I would say there's not going to be a run. Maybe it brings top of mind. Maybe you see a few sales here and there, but I don't think there's going to be a run by any means on football cards because of the draft. John says NFL is dead when it comes to cards. Not glamour players this year, and too many people have gotten burned by overhyped players. Yeah, I think football is it's football cards. It's a weird market that, and I think it's weird because I'm not as involved in football cards as I am baseball, and to a certain extent, I'm far more into basketball cards and kind of knowing the trends in basketball than I am with football. But baseball by far is my bread and butter. Steve says this morning's content was very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jenny said I slowed down on listing, focusing on TCDB for a bit. I moved more cards in trades than eBay, but make more money on eBay. So trying to focus on both. Absolutely. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I think those Bowman blaster boxes on Walmart are sold out at the moment, but the link is in the description of this video. I don't think they'll be sold out for long. I think they'll go back in stock at some point. Not sure when, but check it out. I am definitely on the Bowman retail side. Bowman retail over Bowman hobby because of what I talked about today. Pricing, number one, but then also content. You get some good stuff within retail boxes of Bowman. John says it's quite a deep draft, but not QB, so not good for the hobby and not good to stop up and watch from the UK, especially when the Broncos don't draft until 64. Yeah, it's and when I say it's not a good draft, that's what I mean. It's not a good draft for the hobby, and the hobby is, when it comes to football, is all about the quarterback, and this is a weak quarterback draft, which in turn is going to be a weak hobby draft. And I don't think the Bears have a first round. I know the Bears don't have a first round pick either. So the Bears, I'm not sure where the Bears' first pick is, but yeah, it's kind of late as well. Victor, the rookie card specialist, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Great content in chat. Smashing that like button now. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Rest of the week, let's see, we'll go live. Today's Wednesday. My week's all messed up. I kept thinking yesterday was Wednesday. Now I'm thinking today's Thursday. So today's Wednesday. So I'll be live 7 a.m. tomorrow and 7 a.m. on Friday morning. No show on Saturday morning. No show on Sunday morning. And then I'll do the Madison Card Show review on Monday morning. But do expect some type of video when my buddy Herman's in town. And so hopefully that involves breaking some of these Bowman blaster boxes that I ordered from Walmart. So I will be opening some of those. I'm going to make some time today to put up a video of a pack break, a nostalgia break, and then I also want to show the rec room since I've since my wife reorganized and decorated, and I got some things hung on the wall. So I've got some Cubs cards that I need to count as well. I got another big box in the mail yesterday, so I need to get that card count updated. So again, thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll chat again tomorrow.